Well, I've had a delivery today. As you can see, it's my BC racing coils. I'll let you have a look. Well packaged up. Really good. Imagine they ought to be for nearly £1,000. Supplier, got them from Orranje, or Orange, but it's spelt Orranje, in Rugeley, which is local to me. So instructions, they will go straight in the bin, won't read them. And I have got a lanyard, and I've got this, which is register your serial number using the link above those to quickly access your kit details. I hope you supply the correct price and parts. Okay, so I should register those. So here they are. So 4 coils with top plates. So we'll have a look at the front one. This looks like the front one, nicely packaged. Ooh, that's nice. I like that. So, that must be the rear. Yeah, that's the rear because there's no camber adjustment on the top. So why did I go for BC racing coils as opposed to anything else? The main thing is the ride height adjustment, because most of the coils that I looked at, the ride height adjustment was you compress your spring, which you put preload on your spring. So if you wanted to increase the ride height, then you increase the stiffness, because most of them didn't have this locking nut at the bottom, and most of them didn't have the shaft of the coilover going into this section here, which is the bottom mount. So what happens with these is you set your preload, and I think these come preset as well. I'll just check. That you set your preload, and then you set your ride height adjustment here. So your preload's done for the size of the spring, your ride height adjustment's done for whether you're on road or track, and your hard or soft adjustment is done on the top. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, you can't really do the ride height adjustment from the top because that nestles in underneath the rear longit. So you'd have to take your shock off to adjust it, then put your shock back on. So BC I got over that by giving you a remote for the rears, and what happens is that goes on there. You pop this end off, you pop the cable through the rear longit into the rear of the car, you put a grommet on it, and then you put this section on top of there so you can adjust it from inside the car. So there the rears, really nice, and that's the right hand, really nice. I'm glad I chose them there. I first saw these when I was looking around. I looked at them initially and thought, no, I don't want BC coils. But then I watched a video from Hyphens Classic, who was doing a conversion on his R53 to these, and I just looked at them and I thought, yeah, that's nice, I do like that. So I got some border sets on the front, a bit heavier, a bit more meat on them. So that's the front. The bottom is the same, apart from you've got all the brackets that you need to attach your brake lines and your links to. Again, it's the same adjustment at the bottom. A beefier coil because obviously you've got all the weight of the engine at the front end and all the braking forces, and also you have your camber adjustment at the top and your hardness and softness that you can get to from the top as well. So that's it, and that's what I'm going to be fitting when my big brake kit comes from Lohan. I've gone for an AP racing kit. I like the look of the AP racing kit, but it's been 4 weeks now. Taking a long time to come. I've rung them twice, still don't know what the delivery date is, but now I've got my hubs done, got the drop links, so I can build the suspension up and then just pop the discs and brakes on after I've built it up. But unfortunately the weather is absolutely atrocious. The weather forecast for this week is terrible. I was supposed to be going to hospital to have my operation. I found me up today and cancelled it for tomorrow, so I got like 10 hours notice that they were cancelling it. So I thought, that's alright, I'll have a look at fitting my coilovers, but the weather's going to be absolutely crap. Ugh. So you see in the last video the front clip's on. So I'm into the phase now where I am rebuilding, which is a bonus. I will let you have a look as we go on. So they're going to look stunning when they're on the car, and I'm hoping it's going to handle well. I'm hoping I can soften up the suspension over what these gave me. I think there's a KS's, I think, and really crashy. I think there's going to be less crashy. So yeah, I'll show you when I'm fitting them and when I've done them. Okay, see you later. Right, mini update. Subframe's in now. Just got a few bits and pieces to do. Started raining, so I'm not going to do that in the rain. So I've turned my attention to the brake upgrade, which is next. This is rear brakes. Got some EBC performance discs. Although they're drilled, not drilled, but they're dimpled and they're slotted. But the rear brakes don't do a lot. So it's just a disc upgrade because my discs are getting old. Coupled with some EBC yellow stuff pads, noted to be quite a good pad in the tracking world. I've started getting my new calipers, so I've got some new rear calipers ready for paint. You can see the left one here all masked up, so I'm off down to Halfords to get some high temperature red base coat, some primer and some clear coat, and then the right one yet, which I haven't masked. I'm just about to start to mask that. If you do end up doing these, don't forget solvent clean them, because tape just won't stick to any of the rubber. They do cover them with a manufacturing oil which prevents anything from sticking to the rubber. All I do is a bit of isopropyl, wipe it down with a rag. Because I haven't got my compressor yet, I've got compressed air in a can, so I've got a spray duster, and basically you can spray clean air onto the parts to flash off the solvent that you've put on. So I thought that's a start. When the front brakes come, I'm going for an AP Racing 4-pot setup on the front, discs, brakes and lines, waiting for that to come. So I'm waiting for the lines to come. So I thought I'll get ahead, paint the calipers and then get them off to Ollie Sheffield at OJS Detailing, and he said he would ceramic coat them for me with a high temperature ceramic coating, which means that nothing gets stuck to the calipers once I've painted them. It's also, I'm going to ask him to do the oops, nearly dropped the phone. Also, I'm going to ask him to do the caliper, not the caliper, the brake disc cover as well, just so any dust that gets on there gets knocked off. And I'm looking for somewhere at the moment to repaint my wheels gloss black, and then I'll get him to do the same with the wheels as well. Right, so hiding at the back there you can see my fog lights. Been down to the local mini dealer. The JCW fronts where the fog light goes, there's only left hands left in the country, and they're not going to make any more. So I managed to get a left hand one, can't get a right hand one, so I'm going to have to mix and match and make do. But that'll be another video when I'm putting the front end back on. So this is rear brakes, getting ready for the brake upgrade. Okay, see you later.